Have you ever felt the deep longing within your soul, the kind that whispers to you in the quiet moments of the night, reminding you that something, or someone, is missing? If you are on the twin flame journey, then you already know that this connection is unlike anything else. It is not merely about romance or companionship. It is a sacred path of ascension, transformation, and divine love. But before reunion can happen, there are tests. 5 major ones, in fact. These tests are not here to punish you, but to refine you. They are the universe's way of ensuring that when the moment arrives, you are ready to hold the immense power of your union. If you have been feeling stuck, uncertain, or questioning why reunion has not yet happened, then it is time to look at these 5 trials and see which one you might still need to overcome. Number 1. The Test of Unconditional Self-Love. Your twin flame is not just a reflection of your love, they are also a reflection of your wounds. Every insecurity, every fear, every piece of yourself that you have hidden away will rise to the surface when you encounter them. This is why unconditional self-love is not optional, it is the very foundation of your reunion. But what does it truly mean to love yourself unconditionally? It is not just about saying kind words to yourself in the mirror. It is not about temporary self-care routines or distracting yourself with external validation. No, this is a love that must withstand the test of time, challenges, and even separation. It is a love that must remain unwavering, even when no one is watching, even when your twin is distant, even when you feel lost in the depths of this journey. The divine feminine has, for lifetimes, carried the weight of others, healing, nurturing, sacrificing. But in doing so, she has often abandoned herself. This journey calls for a radical shift. You must become the love you seek. You must look at your imperfections, your past mistakes, your deepest fears, and instead of shrinking in shame, embrace them with compassion. This is not about fixing yourself for reunion, it is about recognizing that you were never broken to begin with. If you still find yourself feeling incomplete without your twin, longing for their validation to feel whole, or fearing abandonment, this test is still unfolding. True twin flame reunion happens not when you are desperate for love, but when you realize that you are love itself. Until then, the universe will continue to guide you back to yourself, because that is where the journey truly begins. Number 2. The Test of Surrender and Trust. Surrender is one of the hardest lessons on the twin flame journey because it requires you to let go of control, not just in your mind, but in your heart, your soul, and your energy. It is human nature to want answers, to seek certainty, to grasp at timelines and signs, hoping for confirmation that reunion is near. But twin flame union is not something you can force, chase, or manipulate. It is a divine unfolding, a sacred orchestration that aligns only when both souls are truly ready. The truth is, the more you try to control this journey, the further reunion seems to slip away. Why? Because desperation, impatience, and fear create resistance. They signal to the universe that you do not yet trust in the divine plan. The test of surrender asks you, can you truly believe in what you cannot yet see? Can you release the need to know when and how and instead rest in the knowing that it will happen exactly as it is meant to? This is not about giving up on your twin flame or pretending you do not care. It is about shifting from gripping to allowing. It is about moving from anxious energy to inner peace. The divine feminine is naturally receptive, but many have been conditioned to act from fear, to chase, to overgive, to constantly seek reassurance. But true surrender means stepping into your divine power, trusting that your twin will meet you there when the time is right. If you are still questioning, still doubting, still feeling restless about reunion, this test is not yet complete. The moment you release control, detach from expectations, and allow the universe to guide this connection, you will feel the shift. Faith over fear. This is the key to unlocking divine timing. Number 3. The test of emotional mastery. The twin flame journey is not just a love story, it is an emotional awakening. The intensity of this connection will bring out emotions you never knew existed, from euphoric highs to crushing lows. One moment, you feel an overwhelming sense of love and unity. The next, you are drowning in doubt, frustration, or longing. This is not a coincidence. This is the universe showing you where healing is still needed. The test of emotional mastery is not about denying what you feel. Your emotions are sacred. They are signposts guiding you to deeper truths. But they are not meant to control you. If your happiness still depends on your twin's presence, if their silence triggers anxiety or self-doubt, if you find yourself caught in emotional spirals every time something shifts between you, then this test is still unfolding. True mastery comes when you can feel everything without losing yourself in it. It means allowing emotions to flow through you like waves, acknowledging them, understanding their message, but not letting them dictate your actions or energy. It means responding instead of reacting. It means cultivating an inner peace so unshakable that nothing, not even separation, silence, or uncertainty, can pull you away from your center. Ask yourself, am I still seeking emotional stability through my twin, or have I found it within myself? Because true reunion requires two souls who can stand in their own emotional power. Until you reach that place of balance, the universe will continue testing you, showing you where you still need to grow. When you finally master your emotions, when your peace is no longer tied to external circumstances, you will realize that reunion is not something you need to chase. It is something that will naturally align with you. Number 4. The test of letting go of the old. Before you can step into the new, you must release what no longer serves you. This is one of the most challenging tests on the twin flame journey because it requires deep trust that by letting go, you are not losing anything, but rather making space for something greater. Many twin flames hold on tightly to things that keep them stuck: karmic relationships, old wounds, outdated beliefs about love, or even rigid expectations of how their reunion should unfold. But as long as your energy remains entangled in what no longer aligns with your highest self, you are unknowingly delaying your union. The universe does not operate in chaos, it operates in alignment. If something is not meant to be part of your next chapter, it will become increasingly uncomfortable until you finally release it. For some, this test means walking away from toxic relationships, whether romantic or platonic, that keep you in a cycle of pain or self-doubt. For others, It means releasing control, letting go of the idea that reunion must happen in a specific way or at a specific time. The hardest part: letting go before you see what is coming next. That is where faith is required. Ask yourself, what am I afraid to release? Is it a person? A belief? A version of myself that no longer resonates? The moment you fully surrender and clear the space for new energy, the universe moves in ways you never expected. Twin flame reunion cannot happen in a space still occupied by the past. If you are clinging to the old, you are resisting the transformation necessary for your next stage. But when you finally let go, you will realize that what is meant for you was never lost. It was simply waiting for you to be ready to receive it. Number 5. The test of purpose alignment. Twin flame reunion is not just about love, it is about mission. Your connection is not meant to exist in isolation. It carries a greater purpose, one that extends beyond personal fulfillment and into service to humanity. Until you step into that purpose, reunion remains just out of reach. Too many in the divine feminine role fall into the trap of waiting for their twin to awaken, to heal, to recognize the connection. But this journey is not about waiting, it is about rising. It is about stepping fully into your divine mission, knowing that your path is not dependent on your twin's progress. You were given unique gifts, insights, and abilities for a reason. Whether through healing, teaching, creating, or leading, you have a role to play in the awakening of collective consciousness. Alignment with your purpose does not mean you must have everything perfectly figured out. It does not mean you need a set career, a grand title, or external validation. It simply means that you are actively walking your soul's path, following the pull of your intuition, and doing what lights up your spirit. When you align with your higher purpose, you shift energetically. You become magnetic, not just to your twin, but to everything that is meant for you. Ask yourself, am I living my truth, or am I holding back, waiting for reunion to happen first? The moment you fully embrace your mission, you will realize that reunion is not something you need to chase. It is something that naturally aligns with you when you are in full alignment with yourself. Your twin flame is not the destination, they are part of the journey. And that journey begins the moment you step fully into your divine calling. These 5 tests are not roadblocks, they are initiations. They are here to prepare you for the divine love that is meant to be yours. The twin flame journey is not about waiting, it is about evolving. And the moment you pass these tests, you will realize that reunion was never about finding your twin outside of you. It was always about becoming the highest version of yourself. So now, ask yourself honestly, which test am I still working through? Because the moment you pass them all, reunion is not a question of if, but when.